I have a friend who just can't believe, oh, why don't you keep it? Because you might want to go back to. No, that part of my life is over. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to 2025 and Silver and Sensational. I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday season, and I am certainly wishing everyone out there the very best new year. So here we are. Wow, I'm coming to you this morning from a very smoky, fire-ridden Los Angeles, and it is really bad out there, and I hope all of you will join me in sending well wishes to those people who are fighting for their lives and their houses, and first responders that are coming from all the surrounding states. Believe me, I'm about 9 miles from where it all began in the Palisades, basically the ocean. And when I woke up this morning, I could smell smoke in my house. And at first I thought, am I just thinking because it's smoky outside that no, it really, once I started walking through the house, I knew that smoke was inside the house. And so our hearts go out, and we can only hope and pray that we can contain this, because it's now starting to reach areas that are even more populated. So on that sad note, let's get to some of what's been going on in my life. And as you know, I said starting the first of the year, I'd bring you up to date on my move to Paris. At this point, I'm thinking, or more than thinking, I'm planning on leaving Los Angeles sometime the middle of February. This particular move is different than any other move I've done. And believe me, I have moved, I'm afraid, more times than I even care to discuss, whether it was within the same city, apartment to apartment, house to house, whatever it was. I've moved a lot. But this time, this move is different because I am downsizing. To say substantially isn't even can't even begin to describe it. I've been following, even though I really hate the name, of the concept of Swedish death cleaning. It's a dreadful name, isn't it? The concept behind Swedish death cleaning is really consideration for those people we leave behind, so that they don't have so much to get rid of, so much work to do once we've gone to the other side. Well, I have no intention of going to the other side anytime soon, but I realized I will be downsizing in Paris. The apartments are much smaller than we're used to. Closets are minuscule. So I really need to be thinking in terms of keeping just basic things. With that in mind, let me tell you what I've been doing. I have taken my dressing room. I have given away to a friend's daughter who's about my age huge bags of clothing. Why, you ask? Because you know what? We wear 10% of what we own 100% of the time. Now, that may be something that's out there, but you know what? It's true. It's absolutely true. I got rid of jeans I don't wear, sweaters galore. I mean, you name it. I just keep picturing a minuscule closet in a Paris apartment, and the fact that I really wear the same things over and over. If I could express to you the relief I feel when I see things walking out the door. I have a very dear friend who loves hats. I gave her probably somewhere in the area of 24 hats. Thrilled that she is going to wear them because I'm not. And I have saved and moved them from place to place. Same thing with shoes. And again with handbags, costume jewelry, you name it. little by little, I've been giving away and feeling great that someone else is going to be enjoying these things because I'm just plain tired of dragging them around. So that was the closet, which is still ongoing, by the way, because there's still more purging as I'm getting ready to pack up these things to ship over. So there's one last purge before it gets packed in wardrobe boxes. In the past, I have especially when I left my house, because it was substantial and I had really tremendous storage space. So you know the old adage, we fill up whatever space we have available. China, crystal, you name it. And so it was a major purging. And at that time, I followed Marie Kondo's idea of, well, believe me, I didn't sit and think, oh, does this bring me happiness? What I did do is instead of going room by room, I did category by category. And since I'm not taking, like things like towels and sheets and that sort of thing with me at this time, probably not at all. I will keep just a couple. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm going by category. And this really gets you into the groove of seeing exactly what you own. How many sets of sheets do you need? How many blankets? These are, so if you do it this way, I found it to be far more effective than going room by room. And so as they get packed up of whatever it is I am keeping or storing, it has its own category. And I found then, after I left my house, I rented some furnished apartments until I could find a place I wanted to live. And so things went into storage for a couple of years. And when I finally moved into an unfurnished apartment, I found it so much easier to unpack. We put on their bedroom. But if you put bed linens, table linens, you know exactly where to put them in your new place, because maybe you had 5 or 6 bedrooms before, now you've got 1 or 2. So point being is this particular move has been the purging of my life's acquisition, so to speak. In downsizing and getting rid of things, let me share with you the emotional part and what it's like to watch other people react to what I'm doing. So I will tell you that, I've been very fortunate in my life, and I have been able to live with beautiful things that I took such joy in searching for, buying, living with, maintaining. And it's been over 40 years of acquiring. And at this point, I feel, I've lived with these things, I've loved these things, but their time is over, as some of parts of one's life are over. I was married. I haven't been married for a number of years. I had a fabulous career. I haven't had that in a number of years. I don't know how or why I've done it, but I can share with you that the best thing in the world is to be able to appreciate what was in your life, but to accept and embrace what's in your life now. And just because it's different, it doesn't mean that it has to be less than or worse than. I have a friend who just can't believe, oh, why don't you keep it? Because you might want to go back to. No, that part of my life is over. I'm not sure how many of you know that, I've designed and made gold jewelry, generally 22 karat, sometimes 18 karat, but mostly 22 karat. And in doing so, my God in heaven, I have acquired so many tools, they're coming out of my ears. And so I've tried to call a couple of colleges that offer goldsmithing, if not as a full-time course, as an extension course, looking to see if I can donate these things to them. So this friend of mine said,
I can keep it for you just in case you might want to do it again in the future.
And I said, no, I'm not going to do it again in the future. I've spent 15 years of my life doing it. I've gone to schools in Paris and New York and, of course, in Los Angeles, a wonderful studio for 15 years. It's done. It's over. I certainly, in the last several years, really didn't make things for myself. I didn't even wear what I had. So that's when I started selling it online. But I have to be honest with you and tell you that when I started doing it, not that many years ago, 8 years ago, maybe 7, 8 years ago, gold was $900 an ounce, actually in the high eights. It's now close to $2,700. Buying jewelry today at these prices, you have to be pretty desperate to want something, to spend so much more for the same product because of the price of gold. But that's a whole nother story. I guess what I'm trying to say to you is there reaches a point in your life when things no longer serve you. So instead of holding on, I always picture somebody holding on by, looking up over the little at the top of your roof, you're looking over to try to get up. Just let it go. Not you, but let the things go. Because if they aren't serving you now, let it go. And if you think you can't, believe me, you can. It's all up in here. It's no different than if you're told about a serious illness that you have. You could become a victim to that illness. You could have that illness define who you are. But you know what? You could also accept that that's an illness you have, but you're not going to let it take over your life. I always said, you can't hit a moving target. So what you need to do is accept it and don't coddle it. Don't think, I can't do this because, I can't do that. Why don't you just get out and try it? Try it. If you have trouble breathing, I get it. That doesn't mean you still can't walk, you still can't do. Maybe you do it a little slower, but you still have to get out there and do it. And it's the same that I can tell you with every ounce of honesty I have in me. I haven't felt a twinge about consigning antiques because my antiques are no longer in vogue. So they're going to sit around till a few people decide to buy them. I've sold jewelry, I've sold furniture, and all I could say is I don't feel any loss. What I will keep are things that are sentimental to me, things my brother and sister-in-law may have given me through the years, things that dear friends have given me. Those things I will keep because I don't want to lose the meaning for them. For me, if I do hang on to anything, I will tell you I hang on to the people that I've loved and lost. That I hang on to. Stuff is stuff. It's very hard to watch, and I'm going to jump back to the fires that are happening right now. It's so devastating and heartbreaking to see people lose everything. And in those houses, it's just not the brick and mortar, it's all of their mementos, their photographs, all of the things that I say I want to keep, they're gone for them. And my heart bleeds for them because that's a very tough one. In doing all of this sorting, purging, selling, consigning, I have to categorize things I'm going to put in storage, which is pretty minimal, things that will be shipped immediately, and things that will be shipped later. So it's a matter of organizing. There's plenty of tools out there on the internet, whether it's to-do lists, moving lists, it's all out there. In fact, one of the things I used initially to get myself going in this was Marie Kondo does have, and it's free, it's a checklist. And it's something that, I think you really can at least get an organized list of books and tapes and all that category. And then there's the category of, clothing, and it just goes on, and it's very helpful. And I'm so far into it now that I don't need the list anymore. But, initially I did need some help on that. At any rate, here I go again with this hair. I am still, a little queasy about making the move, but a little more optimistic as the time is getting closer. And I've made some decisions on what I need in my apartment there, and I see things moving along. There was the big lag during the holiday season, but it seems like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon now and getting things moving. I do want you to know that we will be continuing the journey I am taking, and every week we will be talking about different aspects of it. And in an upcoming episode, we will be having a wonderful lady who has her own business, which is helping expats get their visas in France. And she'll be coming on. And so if you've got any questions for her or for me on this move, go down in the comment box and please post those questions so that we can help you. If you have any interest in what's the hows and what's up and all that sort of thing, you will be able to help you. And if not, we can at least direct you to someone who can. Also, let's go down there and click on the link to my blog, which I think you'll find to be pretty damn interesting. So again, I thank you. I wish you only the best in the new year. Please hit the like button and the notification bell. And of course, share us with your friends and family. And if you haven't done so already, do subscribe. I wish you all, again, a most wonderful, healthy, happy new year. Thank you. Take care. Bye now.